Hi, welcome to the Logistics Shakti Podcast series. My name is Gulshan Kaushik, and with me, I have a very special guest, a veteran who has seen two different phases of the trucking world. I have Mr. Sanjeev Sharma from JK Tyre with me. Um, you know, I can keep on speaking about him, but it's always great to hear from him only. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you,
Uh,
Gulshan ji.
sir, you are a veteran who has actually witnessed two different eras altogether, right? One is a conventional trucking model wherein people used to used to actually depend a lot on the skill set of people, right? And now you are seeing a very different set of world wherein the AI is replacing the skilled people, right? And an unskilled person can do a skilled job with the help of AI, right? Just talk. I would just request you to just talk about your journey, sir, on this.
Thank you for having me here and discussing on a very, very important topic. And see, this industry has undergone a big change, and still it is less. And you can see the amount of change it is needed in everything, whether it is the infrastructure side or on the technology side or on the management side. So there is a big, you can say, shift in our understanding about it. And since JK Tire is making tires for the last 50 years, and we have seen the whole, you can say, journey of, you can say, transition and transformation on the technology side in the way people run their large transport companies. So it's been wonderful to see, and luckily we were the first to bring in best of the technologies to the country and make it happen and make it successful at large fleet, you can say, companies. But to specifically to your question, how it has transformed. So, see, the whole logistic industry is actually different now. Earlier, you will have anybody having 100 trucks would be a big transport company. Today, in this country, we have people having 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 trucks. And the whole art and science of managing 100 trucks and 5,000 trucks is totally different. And in this industry, we see that we used to have six-wheeler trucks, and today we are talking. Then 10-wheeler came, then 12-wheeler, 14-wheeler, 18, 22-wheeler. That needed different way to look at the logistic industry. When we started, I started into the logistic industry or interacting with the people in transport industry. We had open trucks. Then came the container trucks. Now we are talking about the road trains. It puller pulling two, three containers at the same time. So it has brought in a lot of good things. It has brought in efficiency. It has brought in need for the technology. It has also brought in, you can say, opened up one space which is important for the training side of the large workforce we have. Earlier, any transporter would have ample of time to look at the truck, have time to interact with the driver, and even have time to take the whole decisions based on his uh, gut feeling. Now you can't run transport company on that. There's a more important of, let's say, the importance of digitization, then having a big tech platform behind it, and the need for best uh, analytical solutions to help you make better decisions. So this is the big change which we have seen over a period of time.
Great, sir. And listening from a veteran like you definitely brings a lot of kind of credibility that how exactly have you seen it transform, sir. So how do I see sometime that the way trucking is considered as one of the privileged job in US and Canada and places wherein there are people who are truck drivers and they feel proud about it that we are the truck drivers. We actually carry a lot of media from one place to another place. Um, How do you think India is changing into that landscape and is actually catching up towards that side of the world?
Uh, See, it used to be a good pride even in India to be a truck driver. Okay, if you meet somebody who was driving a truck 30, 40 years back, and those guys, I mean, many of them are today's entrepreneurs. They have their own fleets. So pride was always there with the truck driving. But in India, the scale at which this logistic industry is growing, and there's a huge demand for new trucks and new drivers. But over a period of time, this area left was left unattended. Though every company, every logistic company, all automobile people are, you can say, connected with the automobile industry and trucking industry. They are doing their bit, but there's a lot to be done. There is a huge gap still which exists to that level which you said, the a truck driver in Canada, the way he feel proud of it. This is because how he's been treated there. So there is a big gap in the way we treat in India and the way drivers are treated elsewhere. So that gap exists. But in some companies, I see there is a sensitivity to this matter, and they are investing a lot on driver training, even on driver's safety and his health, and then also the remuneration side of it, and even running long-term programs. In fact, this is a less recognized community. So, but they are the backbone of our industry. If we are talking about that, this is going to double, triple, or be 10x. Now you can imagine the number of drivers this industry would be needing. So there is a need to a very very targeted, concentrated, long term, you can say, initiatives by all stakeholders, including the government. So that will bring in change to bring that pride to driving. Otherwise, you see, you know it very well that there is a huge shortage of drivers, because it's no more a job which is that remunerative for the kind of hardship a driver still face on the highway. So he has to deal with all the breakdowns alone. He has to deal with all kind of, you can say, when he state cross from one state to other, he has to deal himself. And there is a lot of stress, or you can say a lot of pressure on a driver to reach on time, so that efficiency driver can bring. So we are also working in this direction, how we can make a driver's life better on the highway. Now, one such very big, ambitious project for the driver is our pit stop network in the country, which we have already more than 500 and plan to have, let's say, 2,500 in 2 years' time. And because the next generation driver would not, they're not interested to jack up the whole loaded truck and change the tire in case there is a breakdown. He needs somebody on the even to repair or inflate his tires, and to give that ease on the highway to a driver. So we designed our program called Pit Stops, and there's a fair amount of AI in place to help him connect seamlessly with the, you can say, next pit stop for service, and he gets a priority. And this is one area, JK Tire is doing a lot. Even we are the first company to launch a CRM program for driver. In India, there is no other company, because if we need to do something, so first is to recognize those people who are doing great job in terms of the safety, in terms of the care and maintenance of the truck, as well as the tires, and then creating efficiency for his owner. So that is our very big program. So maybe we need to do it for a much longer time, and many more companies have to start doing for the drivers, to make sure that the driver in India feel pride in driving a truck, as you started with a driver in Canada or in the US.
Sure. It's really a fantastic initiative, sir. I would say that a company which is treating human and you know using AI in order to change the landscape is absolutely amazing. It's absolutely amazing, sir. Right. I come from a e-commerce background, sir. So I have worked into B2C space and B2B space, right? And I have seen the logistics changed into that particular space, right? There was a time when uh, the entire e-commerce market was completely dependent upon air cargo, right? So, but you can't have the aircrafts coming in days, right? So there was a necessity of completely change the focus or shift the focus towards the trucking, right? And I have seen how trucking, being the core of the industry, has changed the entire landscape of last mile delivery. Uh, how do you think, sir, that in the entire changing landscape, wherein we are moving from one world to the another world, right? And a lot of AIs is being there, right? How do you think that what exactly your key initiative into that building phase as JK Tire and as trucking industry?
See, India is a very big geography, and the industry is scattered. We have cities which are miles and miles away, and each you can say city can't be connected with the air cargo so easily. It will take time. It is happening, we see now, but it is it's a big journey. So the e-commerce, or the this you can say, for the last 10 years, is changing the whole landscape of delivery from point A to point B. And in fact, it is now driving the economy, and brought in a need for the technology, not only in the vehicle or the way it logistic company works, but in terms of the all the you can say stakeholders who are contributing to it, including company like JK Tire. Uh, we picked up this segment at a very early stage, and we thought this is the only the this segment need greater efficiency as compared to moving industrial goods. So e-commerce is a totally different ball game, because the companies today are promising 10-minute delivery, right? So there are a lot of stakeholders. There's the warehousing, there are people, there are at each level, and their movement of goods from one geography to other. But it's happening, we are seeing. So we play our part here, that the large logistic companies into e-commerce. One is, we are, just to share, Gulshanji, we are the leader in this space. And people choose us, JK Tire, as a dependable partner, not only because that we make high performance tires for this segment, where the average speed of the truck is more, where the, you can say, the which can withstand not only the heat cycles in continued operation of 600 to 800 kilometers in one stretch, or the trucks which leave from Delhi to Coimbatore, like a bus leaving from a bus stand. They have a timing of departure from Delhi and arrival time in Coimbatore, Chennai, or Kolkata. So this, there is a need for a different product. So we moved from nylon tire to radial. In fact, we were the first to bring in radial, because those are the right kind of technology. So we were the first to do it. And then from radial tube type, we were the first to bring in tubeless tires, which keep the tire cooler running. It brings down your puncture by 50%. And then it also helped to create efficiency by consuming less fuel. And the next step we took few years back was making tires, not only which gives mileage, but to make tires which save fuel. Those tires have a low rolling distance. They save fuel, and you can imagine saving of 5% diesel in one truck, and for somebody having 1,000 trucks in a year is the game changer. So, and as the market getting competitive for everybody, so this particular technology is helping our clients to run not only efficiently but profitably. And we are very proud that we are helping our customers or fleet owners successful in their initiative. So that is one area which we picked up and successfully implemented. And second, network, service network across the country. One is the pit stop, which helps the driver and the breakdown side. The second is in today's truck. Speed is the, you can say, big game changer here. So the vehicle, and then they need servicing on the highway. Even the tire side, tire is again, after engine, is the most dynamic part in a tire, which not only carries the load but propels the truck. So we have more than 120 truck wheel centers where these trucks are properly aligned so that the vehicle is easy to drive and there's a less strain on driver while driving. He would love to drive a truck which is properly aligned. And then we also have a lot of automation in place for servicing, let's say, auto tire changer, and then we provide nitrogen in truck tires so that the air leakage in tire is slow. And then we also built a driver lounge where driver can relax properly in air conditioned environment, and then he can also see around and learn so many things which helps him to become better in his knowledge about the various technologies. So this is how we are contributing to the e-commerce industry.
Fantastic, sir. It's really amazing to know that how are you changing the P&L dynamics for a trucking company, how exactly you are focusing on safety, wherein bringing the lounge for the drivers, and a great innovations which solves for speed,
Yeah.
which you just spoke about. It is really really insightful while talking about all these things, sir. Thank you very much for being here on the show and sharing your uh, thoughts around it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for inviting me.